What's up with this? Well, back in the BMW. So first up, chassis, a little bit crooked, a little bit crunchy. So before cutting, I want to reinforce the chassis a little bit with some steel beams. Then I want to take the rear axle off for a bit of the frame, so we can start cutting at the front over here and see if we can flip the engine completely in. So first up, reinforcement game. Now I can go start cutting. I know for sure that, well, it won't drift away when we're cutting out the floor panels and stuff. It will stay together. Next up. So, we've got chassis rails. Let me see if we can look it a little better. Yes, this is better. I want this chassis rail to be exactly that straight as a base point, that the table will be straight. With this straight, that point straight. So in my opinion, if all those points are straight, then we should be able to align everything as a good base point at the front. Then the subframe will be straight, the engine will be straight, everything is in line. So let's get the E30 straight on the ramp, then putting the table back on and start cutting. Straight over there, straight at those points, straight at the front. So this should be a good base. Of course we can flip the chassis always just that couple of millimeters when we're measuring it back to the table. So this is a 90% perfect starting point, because the lift will always have some up and down. But now we know for sure it's secured, it's safe. It's a good base point, so we can, well, actually make the table at a good spot right now. Then mark that down on the floor, so that if we put it back, it will always be in the same place again. And then the final millimeters we can measure back to the table when that's perfectly dead straight. Insulation away now, and well, I've not aligned it in the center yet, so maybe that's one of the first things we need to do, but it's looking promising. So there's no room left, but it's not that there needs to be a way big chunk to the inside. It's just a tiny bit, and maybe we can move some front. Again, as always, preparing saves time or gives you a view that it's probably not so bad as you think. So take a look at this. This is the center of the frame rails. And it's not so far off of the new subframe. So that should be doable pretty damn good. It's getting close on this side of the engine, but if we change the frame rails out just a couple bits with an angle, we should be same like the original engine. And up top we're getting more room, so the higher we go, the more room we get. Then around and about here is the original shifter. That is the shifter of the F80, and I think we need to go back a little bit. So measurements wise, I'm getting kinda stoked on how this first steps are going. Okay, then we get to the crazy stuff. So this should probably end up somewhere up to there, around and about, maybe even higher. But let's first bring it up to here and then work our way further. And that's 27, 28 mil, 280 millimeters. And let's see up top. No turning back now. Well, since this is sitting so nice, remove the hood again. Well, yeah. This is good. I want this to go up more, so that the chassis is coming down. And I want everything to go back, so we need to get some more room. So, I had hoped I didn't have to remove this piece, but I think, yeah, we just cannot come over it to remove this. So I think we need to be 120 to 150 millimeters backward. So we need to create room anyway, so let's go get some more cutting done. Remove it backwards a little bit, so that we can see and work from the rear axle out. What are we hitting? I cannot find it. It looks free everywhere, but maybe over there. The stupid shifter. Let's get that out first. Well, the hole is getting pretty big, but otherwise it just won't fit. So let's get some more grinding off, lower it again and see how far we are right now. Well, the first test fit always looks the best, and the further you go in the project, the more issues we got. So now we've got some issues at the tunnel as well, to get the gearbox, because the gearbox is level now. We got another issue, we can't go low enough anymore. So some more cutting then. So we've got more fitment and we're getting closer again. But of course it is not that easy. So there's a little room over there. But over there you can see the scrapings of the gearbox that is hitting. Maybe you can just grind that little knock off, because I don't think we need that knock. But the point over here, we cannot grind anything off and it's scraping there. So more cutting, I guess. And the downpipes are hitting the floor again, so more room over there. And I think we need to go back further, 35 millimeters at least. That way, so the engine needs a little bit more room this way. Man, oh man, oh man! What a craziness is this! I did not expect this on the first test fit on this motor and subframe. Well, the subframe is actually, well, still think for so far pretty good to do, but the engine, I don't know how many times I've been in and out the car, because I didn't want to get the whole tunnel out in first, because of the Dutch inspections and the road legality. I always try to keep as much original looks and original feel as possible, that when everything is in, you almost cannot see that it's changed. But yeah, I ended up cutting everything out. I measured our nice little red BMW, some points on how far and how low we need to go. So hopefully now the engine can drop in high enough in comparison to the chassis subframe on the ground clearance and chassis clearance, that we will have a good base setup for the height of the wheels and everything else, because we need to, well, work from somewhere. So hopefully now we're going to make it, because we cannot cut any further on the chassis. So fingers crossed that we're going to make it actually. Well, I'm at the point that I lost count on how many times I tried to cut something and needed to cut some more. Hopefully, this is the last call. Okay, I said no more, but still one more to go. Well, some final details. So the latest addition to the frame is some points where it can free hang on the frame, so we can completely, if it's necessary, remove it from the ramp, and that it will all be straight on the frame, because that's one flat surface. So made these points. There's one point over there, and same on the other side. And then at the front, we've got those at the front, so to level it all out. Okay, it's getting more and more complex. On the other hand, now we know for sure that when we're grinding off the whole chassis rails, the car will be in the same spots or get back in the same spots every time we lower it, because we can drop it down on the chassis points that we just made. We measured everything around twice to make sure that every nut or every knock is in the same spot, so that should be alright now. And the chassis, well, if it moves, we can always put it back into place. The idea is to never let it move, but you never know with these projects. So the thing now is I want to remove the gas tank so that we can go on with cutting. I'm not sure. The plan was to grind out and get the rear frame under as well, but I'm not sure when seeing all of this if that's a good idea with how much I cut it out. Or I'm going to reinforce the tunnel and the bulkhead first, or that we make a lot of stuff in there first before working on the rear. Let's see for a bit. No leaking shit? No, no leaking shit. More shit. Well, that's it for another episode of the craziness. A lot of crazy stuff has happened on the BMW, I guess. Well, and a lot of progress. It finally feels that this is getting somewhere. All the ideas of welding the subframe and the new beams are in my head. So the next episode we are going to make some new chassis legs and some points to hang on the subframe. Thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. Put something in the comments and see you all in the next episode. Bye!